Before I give an example of how the targeting of police officers in Dallas and Baton Rouge are an example of the elements necessary needed in internal colonialism, I want to say that my thoughts and prayers are with the families and friends of those officers that were shot and those that were killed in the line of duty. And so, as I was reading about the Baton Rouge sniper incident, I couldn't help but to think of the concept of internal colonialism that Robert Blount wrote about in 1969, which it had its intellectual roots laid out by Martin Delany in 1852 when he stated that African Americans are a nation within a nation, and then later by W.B. Du Bois when he stated that we are semi-colonial in nature or that we are domestically colonized. And so in his writing, Robert Blauner in Internal Colonialism and Ghetto Revolt, he states that there's three social symptoms that point to internal colonialism being the cause. Okay, so number one, it's urban riots. Now, I would actually disagree with the word riots here. I would use the word rebellion, specifically because that the sniper killings were targeted and coordinated efforts, which suggest rebellion, while riots are when violence erupts with no real target. And so that's my argument on that. But anyway, continuing that, second would be cultural nationalism, or the idea that African Americans represent a nation within a nation, right? And this is easily demonstrable from the Back to Africa movement of Marcus Garvey to the more current Black nationalist movements centered around the Nation of Islam and later with the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. And then lastly would be ghetto control politics, where people in the ghetto want to take control of their lives and the resources in their communities. One of the main arguments against this theory is that it's hard to identify what colonizers are extracting from the black community, right? However, internal colonialists would argue that there's two basic things that are being strip mined within the black community, and that's athletes and criminals. Okay, and so let's think about this: is that athletes make the National Football League and the National Basketball Association billions of dollars a year, while arguably destroying the motivation of young black youth to pursue education as a goal, so that they can pursue and put all of their energy effort into trying to be an athlete, which is by far least likely to happen in their lives. While Michelle Alexander, on the other hand, in her book, The New Jim Crow, would argue that the creation of the black criminal, with emphasis on the word creation, it almost supports the entire prison industrial complex. And so these are the thoughts and ideas and examples that I would use in order to talk about this idea of internal colonialism.